Do you ever have those lazy days where you're just kicking back, relaxing? You want to play a bit of Nintendo Switch, but your fake Pro Controller, it's just out of reach. Imagine if we could have a voice-activated Nintendo Switch. No more messing around with those little Joy-Cons. No more messing around with fake Pro Controllers, always worried that your analog sticks on them might not be quite as good as the real Pro Controller. Imagine having a voice-activated Nintendo Switch. Well, my friends, imagine no more, because here it is. Right 6, left 3, down 1, right 4, left 1, A, down 7, A, down 8, up 1, A. There we have it, a voice-activated Nintendo Switch. So, I'm going to do a little bit more on here, then I'm going to show you how it works, and then we're going to end with a bit of gameplay, which should be quite fun. A, X, Y, click left, click right, R, ZL, plus, minus, ZR, L. You get the idea. Up 1, down 2. Right, let's show you how this thing works, and then we'll do a bit of gameplay. Okay, so this is the setup here, and it's actually quite straightforward once you get your head around it. All we're doing is converting our voice inputs into keyboard inputs, and then converting the keyboard inputs into controller inputs so the Switch can understand it. So the voice inputs are being converted via some software called Voice Attack, and then we tell it what words to listen out for example, up, down, left, right, etc., and then assign them certain buttons on the keyboard. And then we're using this Titan 1 adapter down here to convert those keyboard inputs into Switch inputs. So for example, if we were to use the word up, then you can see here I've got that down as W. If you have a look at up on the D-pad here, so if I say up, it's going to press W. If I said down, it's going to be pressing S. And then the Titan 1 adapter down here will be converting that W into up on the D-pad here, and S will be converted to down on the D-pad. Now you might have heard me say a load of numbers after I said left and right. All that's happening there is how long the button is pressed for. So I've taken the theory behind, for example, a rally driver or co-pilot. So if it's a very shallow sort of turn, it would be left 1. If it was a sharp turn on the right, it might be right 5. But in my instance, I'm going from 1 to 10. 1 would be where it's held down for 0.1 of a second, and 10 would be where it's held down for 1.5 seconds. So we're going up in 0.15 increments all the way up. And the idea is then when you're playing Mario Kart, if the bend's sharp, you're going to say something like right 10. If the bend's very shallow on the left, you might be saying left 1. That's the idea behind it. So if you have a look here now, if I was to say right 1, you see it only moves 1. And if I was to say, for example, right 10, right 10, it's going to hold it on for up the whole 1.5 seconds. Now the reason I have to shout is because I'm using this little laptop here, and it's got a tiny little microphone built in here. Really, to do this properly, you need to have a headset on where the microphone is basically 1 inch away from your mouth. Then it would work perfectly. That's the reason I have to repeat myself sometimes, and it sounds very loud for you because the microphone of the camera is much closer than the microphone down here. Anyway, let's get playing on some gameplay now. Now, although this is like the My Mate Vince channel and it's all just taken a bit of light-hearted fun, there is actually a need for this, and into the future now, hopefully voice activation will be available on more things like the Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch, because if you've got disabilities, then this really would come in handy. Now, if, for example, in this instance, you see how hard it's going to be. But what I could do is I could plug a joystick into here, and then the analog stick, which is the hard bit when I'm playing Mario Kart, could be done on the joystick, and then all the other things could be done via voice. If you only had access to maybe, like, so for example, a thumb and finger, as long as you could move that joystick left and right, then you would be able to have a good game of Mario Kart. When you're using it purely on voice, then it's very, very hard, as you will see now. So just very quickly before the main gameplay, I just wanted to show you the flight stick plugged into here so you can kind of see the more serious aspect of it. So right now it's very easy to move. You can see how loose it is. And with this we can combine this with also voice as well. A. Home. Hold home. Yeah, get the idea. Right, let's show you that gameplay now. I've plugged in a little microphone just into here so I don't have to shout over the camera into here anymore, so I don't have to shout quite so loud. So we're ready to go now. I've just had a couple of games. I came last in both of them and convincingly last as well. They were lapping me. So let's see if I can do any better in this one. A. 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 I sound like one of the Scousers from Harry Enfield. I'm going to do 150cc, which is going to be just to make life a bit harder for myself. It's not already hard enough. A. A. Right 1. Up 1. A. A. And what I'm going to do is I've got everything turned off, so I haven't got any of this auto accelerate or, you know, with the smart steering. All of that is off, so we're purely using the voice. A. A. Hold A. No, I did too early. Left 8. Left 8. ZL big. Right 8. Right 2. Left 2. Right 1. Left 8. ZR big. Left 8. ZR big. Oh, not good, not good. At least I can still see them. Left 1. Right 3. Right 5. Right 5. Right 5. Right 1. Left 6. Right 1. One more lap to go. Left 10. Left 10. Getting better. Left 10. L. Left 10. Left 10. L. No, no, no. Right 5. L. 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 Left 10. Left 10. No. Right 5. Left 6. Right 2. L. Come on, bring me up with the others. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, I can see him. Right 10. L. Oh no, I keep doing the wrong ones. Right 6. Right 6. ZL. Right 1. Do you know what? I'm definitely starting to improve. Hold on a minute. Home. Home. There we go. Oh, it's certainly not easy. It's certainly not easy. But I think if I had 20 or 30 goes on that on the same track, I think I would start to make improvements. It's kind of fun in a weird way. It hurts your throat a little bit, but I think there is potential there. As always, just a bit of fun, but it's interesting. I think it's interesting anyway. So if you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. If you think it's an absolutely ridiculous idea, put it down in the comments. If you think it could possibly help some people, again, put it down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye now.